morning, my dear students. Welcome to your second semester, and Anandi Gopal and autobiography is your first lesson of this semester. Okay, before we move on to the explanation part of this lesson, let us learn something about Anandi Gopal. Okay, here her full name is Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi. Okay, and she is the first Indian female practitioner of Western medicine to study and graduate with a 2-year degree in Western medicine in United States. Okay, I repeat, she is the first Indian female practitioner of Western medicine. Okay, she was born on 31st March 1865 at Kalyan, Mumbai, and died on 26 February 1887 at Kalyan only. And she studied in Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania in the year 1886. Okay, so Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi, the first Indian female practitioner of Western medicine, who went to United States and studied Western medicine in the year 1886 in Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania. Okay, so before we move on to the explanation, let us study some pre-reading task here in page number 25. Okay, they had given one activity over there. Given below are the names of some of the Indian women who are considered great because of their service to India. Identify them and match them with their description. Okay, here are some names and their contribution, or they considered great. Why they considered great? They had given here like a match the following. You have to identify. Okay, identify them and match them with their description. Okay, here the first one is the fierce patriot who first unfurled India's flag at an international assembly. Name the woman. Here Madam Kama, Aruna Asaf Ali, Indira Gandhi, Sister Nivedita and Vijayalakshmi Pandit are the names given. So the fierce patriot who first unfurled India's flag at an international assembly, answer is Madam Kama, Bikaji Kama also we can call her. Okay, and the second question is, young Margaret Noble came under the spell of Swami Vivekananda. She came from distant Ireland to India to serve the people of this land. She was very much influenced by the ideas of Swami Vivekananda, and she came to India and became Sister Nivedita. Okay, and she became Sister Nivedita. Third question is, Jawaharlal Nehru's sister entered the non-cooperation movement. She was the first woman in India to hold a ministerial rank. Here Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Okay, Vijayalakshmi Pandit. Fourth one, born in a Bengali family, graduated and worked as a teacher. She was an active member of the Congress party. Aruna Asaf Ali. Okay, both the answer is Aruna Asaf Ali. And fifth one, she was undoubtedly one of the greatest political leaders of India. She was the first and the only woman to be elected as the Prime Minister of India. Till date, her name comes first. She was the only Indian woman to be elected as the Prime Minister of India. Undoubtedly Indira Gandhi. Okay. Now let us move on here. These are some of the great women of India. Who are they? Madam Kama, Aruna Asaf Ali, Indira Gandhi, Sister Nivedita and Vijayalakshmi Pandit. We know about them because somebody had written their life stories or history. Okay, so here your first question is, what do you call this type of writing? What do you call the life history written by a person about himself? What is the information we get from these types of writing? What is the difference between a biography and an autobiography? Here, Anandi Gopal and autobiography. So, what do you mean by an autobiography? Or what do you mean by a biography? What type of writing is a biography, or what type of autobiography. What is the difference between these two? Okay, here an autobiography is the story of a person's life written by the person himself. Autobiography means it's a story of a person's life written by himself. Okay, while a biography is the story of a person's life written by somebody else. So biography is the story of anyone's life, a particular person's life written by someone else, and autobiography is the story of a person's life written by himself. Okay, this is the difference. Now we will read the autobiography of Anandi Gopal, the first Indian woman to receive education abroad and to obtain a medical degree. How did she achieve this? What were the obstacles faced by her? What made her desire to become a doctor? Read her autobiography to get answers to these questions. So, your today's lesson is about Anandi Gopal. Okay, this is her autobiography. Okay, as we learned, she is the first Indian woman who studied Western medicine, who went abroad and studied there and came back to India by having the only purpose in her mind to serve the poor, serve the needy, because she thought that the situation of women in pre-independent India is very worst. By seeing that, she went and studied medicine and came back to India to serve here. Okay, so how did she achieve this? Okay, and after that, what were the obstacles faced by her? What made her desire to become a doctor? In all these questions, we can get answers in her autobiography. Okay. So let us move on to the explanation part. You have to follow my reading. Page number 26. Okay, paragraph number 1. I was born on 31st March 1865 as Yamuna Joshi in Kalyan, a small town near Mumbai. My family used to be the landlords in the town but had lost their riches. When I was 9 years old, I was married and my name was changed to Anandi. Okay, so as I told you, this is an autobiography of Anandi Gopal. She herself writes here, I was born on 31st March 1865 as Yamuna Joshi, her real name. Okay, Yamuna Joshi in Kalyan, a small town near Mumbai. And her family used to be the landlords in the beginning, but very gradually they lost all their richness or riches, and she got married at the age of 9 years. When she was 9 years old, she got married. Okay, by that time, that means before independence or pre-independent India, there were all such cruel systems were in practice, like child marriage or sati system or many other types of cruel systems were in practice. Okay, so here Anandi herself, or Yamuna her real name, she was got married in the 9 years old. When she was 9 years old, she got married, and after her marriage, her name was changed to Anandi. Okay, after her marriage, her name was changed to Anandi. Paragraph number 2. Before my marriage, I could barely read Marathi. Education of girls was not common then, but my husband Gopal Rao was an ardent supporter of widow remarriage and women's education. After our marriage, he started teaching me. This was very difficult. In those days, a husband did not even speak directly to his wife in front of others. In the beginning, my husband tried to enroll my name in the missionary schools, but that did not work out. We had to move from Kalyan to Alibag to Kolhapur and finally to Calcutta, where he was left free to teach me. So before my marriage, I could barely read Marathi and all, because the women education, girl education was not prominent by that time. The girl child was not allowed to go schools and study. They were not allowed to go out. Okay, so education of girls was not common then by that time, before independence. Okay, but my husband Gopal Rao, what's the name of her husband? Gopal Rao, and he was a clerk Kalyan itself, was an ardent supporter of widow remarriage and women's education. He was a strong supporter of women education along with that widow remarriage also, and he was 20 years older than Anandi or Yamunabai here. Okay, 20 years older and widower also. He lost his first wife, and after that again he got married to Anandi Gopal. Okay, and he, after our marriage, he started teaching me. As I explained to you, he was an ardent supporter of women's education. So when he got married to Anandi, he started teaching Anandi. Okay, and it was a very difficult situation by that time, because during those days women were not allowed to come in front of men. Okay, if they want to come, if they want to speak, they have to hide their face and come, and all parda system, everything was there by that time. Okay, so in those days a husband did not even speak directly to his wife in front of others, especially. In the beginning, my husband tried to enroll me in the missionary schools. He tried to join her to the missionary school so that she can get some education over there, but it did not work out. We had to move from Kalyan to Alibag to Kolhapur. As I told you, he was working as a clerk in the post office, so that's why he got transferred many times. So that's why he used to move from one place to another place. So from Kalyan to Alibag to Kolhapur, and finally they reached Kolkata, where he was left free to teach me, she says here. Okay, so because of some cruel system practiced during those days, she was not allowed to get education in school. So after that she got married, because the child marriage was in practice during those days. But her husband Gopal Rao was an ardent supporter of remarriage, widow remarriage, along with that women's education too. So that's why after their marriage, Gopal Rao started to teach his wife, but the situation was not far to them in their house. But because of his transfers, finally they got transferred to Kolkata and they become free. And here Gopal Rao started to teach Anandi. Okay, so now paragraph number 3. After my rapid progress, my husband was insistent that I should acquire higher education. In those days, female doctors were not available in our country. Many women reluctant to approach a male doctor would suffer a lot as a result. I myself had lost my infant son when I was 14. So I decided that I would like to be a doctor. So she made a rapid progress in her studies. So finally her husband decided to give her higher education. Okay, here rapid means happening at a great speed. Okay, acquire means come to have, and here insistent means demanding. Her husband demanded her to study or to get higher education. In those days, female doctors were not available in our country, and she was the first one who went abroad to get the training or to study Western medicine, right? And female doctors were not available in our country. Many women, they were reluctant to go to the male doctors. They were not ready to go and see the male doctors because of certain situation before independence. Okay, so because of that, they would suffer a lot as a result. And I myself had lost my infant son when I was 14. As I told you, she got married at the age of 9 and she gave birth to a son at the age of 14. And because of lack of medical help, she lost her son within 10 days. Okay, after that she decided that she would like to be a doctor. So this particular situation, when she lost her infant son, she decided that I want to become a doctor. By seeing the poor medical situation of that time, women were not ready to go to the male doctor because of some hesitation or some shyness before independence. Okay, so because of that, finally this situation made her to study medicine, and to help the women of her place at least to give them proper medical guidance here. Okay. Paragraph number 4. My husband tried very hard to get me admitted to some university in America. Mrs. Carpenter of Roselle, New Jersey, by chance came to know my story and was moved by the correspondence and wrote me a letter. She offered to host me in the USA. Since Gopal Rao wasn't able to get a job there, we decided that I should leave for America alone. We had to face a lot of opposition and criticism to the extent of people throwing stones and cow dung at us. Finally, after many trials and tribulations, in June 1883, I reached America and met my carpenter Maushi. Here Maushi means aunt, okay? My husband tried very hard, Gopal Rao tried very hard to get me admission to some of the universities in America, but finally, by chance, Mrs. Carpenter of Roselle, New Jersey, she heard her story and she was moved by the pain she underwent, and she wrote a letter to Gopal Rao that in that she offered to host me in the USA. Okay, she told that means here Mrs. Carpenter of Roselle, New Jersey, she asked her to come to USA. She'll host her at her home. You can stay. She wrote. Finally, Gopal Rao wasn't able to get any job in America, so that's why they decided that Anandi herself will leave to America alone, and we have to face a lot of opposition and criticism after making this decision to go to America to get the education, higher education and all. They faced a lot of problems, oppositions and criticisms, because as I told you, by that time the women education and the women going out and getting education, that also in other country was strictly prohibited. That's why they faced a lot of opposition and criticism from people and from their society, okay, to the extent of people, and they started to throw stones and cow dung at them. Okay, finally, after many trials and tribulations, here trials means something that tests a person's patience, tribulations means trouble or suffering. So they suffered, they faced lot of problems, oppositions, criticism from many people of their place, their native, or this from their society, from their home and all. They faced all these problems, trials and tribulations, and finally in the year 1883, June 1883, I reached, that means Anandi Gopal reached America and met her carpenter Maushi, means aunt. That is here Mrs. Carpenter, okay. Mrs. Carpenter, the name of the lady, one who offered her to come to host her, okay, in USA. So here Anandi Gopal finally could able to reach USA to get higher education with the help of her husband. Okay, this is how Anandi Gopal made her mind to become a doctor, and for that they tried hard to go to America to get education, higher education there, and in this her husband supported her a lot. After facing so many criticisms, oppositions, trials and tribulations, finally she reached America and met her carpenter aunt, that is Mrs. Carpenter. So up to here we learned in today's class. Remaining part of the lesson we will learn in our next class. Okay children? Okay, there are 3 questions here that you have to think the answers for it. Options are there, you can think. Anandi Gopal is dash, okay. Biography, play, autobiography. What is it? Anandi Gopal. This lesson, the name of this lesson. Here, Anandi Gopal is an autobiography. Here, this lesson, Anandi Gopal is an autobiography. Okay. And your second question is, Anandi was born in Pune, Kalyan or Kolhapur. Where did she born? She was born in Kalyan. Okay. And your third question is Yamuna Joshi's her first name. Okay. Yamuna Joshi's name was changed to Anandi. She changed her name. Her husband changed her name from Yamuna Joshi to Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi. Okay. So options are she became a doctor, she got married, she went abroad for education. Why she has changed her name here? Because she got married. After her marriage, her husband changed her name to Yamuna Joshi to Anandi Gopal Rao Joshi. Okay, I hope you understood this part of the lesson well. What you have to do now is you have to read. You have to read loudly with correct pronunciation. Okay, children, I hope you will do it. Thank you.